tell us about yourself. You're Becka Leathers from Choctaw.
Becka Leathers from Choctaw, Oklahoma. I like to wrestle. There were 8 of us who went on the team, and we had 3 coaches.
Representing the United States?
Yes, representing the United States. As part of the women's team, we all traveled to Salvador, Brazil together, and we all wrestled, and it was fun. We trained together all summer in Colorado Springs, and Coach Archie Randall was there, and he was in our corners. It was good stuff.
Okay, my name's Sara Coleman.
And you're with the OC rowing team?
Yes.
And tell us what you did this past summer.
I traveled to Gwangju, South Korea as part of Team USA to represent America in the 2015 World University Games.
And talk about the competition that the USA faced.
So the Team USA, we competed against dozens of other countries. I was in the women's straight 4, so I rowed with 3 other girls in my boat. And we raced over 3 days, and we had semifinals and then our medal round, and we ended up placing 8th in the world. So.
And
this summer I work for an organization called the Wings of America, which is like it's an organization that does programs across the nation that try to help encourage and empower Native youth to live healthier lifestyles through most of the programs they do are running related, like distance running. So I worked for some of their camps this summer around Oklahoma. I was a camp facilitator, so I worked with other facilitators, helped basically running the camps. There was 3 camps that we did. One was in Anadarko, Oklahoma, one was in Oklahoma City, and one was in Red Rock, Oklahoma. And we basically just, we helped, we got them to do icebreakers, and we played games with them, and we taught them a little bit about running and nutrition, and then we went running with them and stuff, so it was pretty fun.
Well, I'm Delainey Messenger. I'm a senior. I'm a finance major. I go to school at Minor School of Business. I work in their Economic Research and Policy Institute, and I play volleyball.
Okay, so the Economic Institute, you did a project for them this past summer at Grand Lake. Tell us about that.
Well, it was for GRDA, which is the Grand River Dam Authority. They own the watershed up there, and they were wanting to know if people were willing to pay a little bit more money for maybe better water quality or better maintenance, just a lot of different things. So I surveyed people all summer long. I think we collected over 1,000 surveys, more than that. But so I would do that every few weekends for a couple of days and work about 10 hours a day.
And this was for?
The experience is great. It just makes me even more excited to be on his team and to wrestle for OCU and be able to represent OCU.
And what was it like representing the United States?
Oh, it's always awesome representing the United States. This is my 3rd world team, and every time you put on USA, wear your name on your back, and wear the flag, and it always feels amazing.
So your team going forward?
The experience will bring so much to our team through myself and Lee Smith, who also had the opportunity to go. We really learned a lot as leaders and as individual rowers that we will be able to bring back to the girls and really help them through this season. I learned so much about myself, about what I'm able to do and how hard I can push myself, and broke through barriers that I thought that were unreachable before, and I am very thankful to have that and to bring it to this season to help the girls in any way that I can. So.
And
their headquarters is in Santa Fe, New Mexico, but they have programs in Oklahoma, Arizona, New Mexico, South Dakota, and I think they have a few in New York. One of the directors called me earlier in the summer and asked if I was interested in being a camp facilitator, and I said why not. And I kind of knew about the program through when I was in high school. I ran for them, a wings team that competed at the national championships in St. Louis, so I kind of knew a little bit about them from that.
I think my understanding of the surveys were people were wanting to spend a little bit more money if they were in the water a lot, if they cared about the water quality and whether or not they could swim. If they were worried about that, then they were willing to spend money. If they were just there to fish, then they weren't necessarily willing to spend more money because they don't care about the water quality as much.
There was you on the team, right?
Yes.
And who else was on the team that were from OCU?
Cody Fow, Marissa Biretta, and a signee who isn't here yet. Her name's Rachel Waters.
4 of the 8 team members
Yes.
had OCU ties. What does that say about OCU wrestling?
Oh, it says we're tough as nails. It's awesome. It makes us look awesome.
Liza Dixon coached Team USA.
And the selection camp was at OCU?
It was, yes. The selection camp took place in January down at the Boathouse District in downtown Oklahoma City. 15 girls showed up from all over the United States. 10 were chosen and 4 were from OCU.
All right, and what was your favorite part of these camps?
Probably just hanging out with the kids and playing games with them because there were some pretty cool and energetic young ones out there. So it was pretty fun just meeting all these new people, and I got to be really good friends with my other facilitators that I worked with throughout the summer. So.
You weren't able to go on Grand Lake, and you guys were only able to work hard.
Yep, we had to work for about 10 hours a day. We could eat lunch when we just weren't busy, when people weren't around. And other than that, we just hung out around marinas and fishing docks and wherever our sites led us to. And there was no going on the lake or jet skiing or any of that.
It was absolutely beautiful. Like I said, it was almost so beautiful it looked fake, but also dangerous. The armed guards and police escorts everywhere. But it was just absolutely amazing. You know, you're in Brazil, we're sitting on the beach and getting some sun between practices. It was awesome.
Did you guys, was there surfing involved or
The
just
waves
swimming?
were actually insane. So I think we only got in the water, like the ocean water, one time because it's like you go to Florida and you're like, oh, the waves are bad. But in Brazil, these waves were terrible, like huge, knock you over. It was crazy.
All right.
South Korea was like nothing I've ever seen before. Aside from being a completely different culture, it was amazing. We spent 1 week in the countryside on the most beautiful World Championship course that I will probably ever get the experience to row on, and the people were so kind and so welcoming, and it just made the experience that much better.
Possibly. There were some pretty actually talented little kids out there. I was impressed with a few of them. Some of them could really run, but I mean, the goals of the camps was just to kind of, maybe give them a goal or something to look forward to, so like the ones that I could tell that were good, like had good potential to be fast runners, I really talked to them a lot about, maybe thinking about running cross country in high school and stuff, because I could see some of them had some pretty good talent, I could tell.
I think it's a very good opportunity to work with other people. This project we worked with Oklahoma State University, so I met some professors from there and some graduate students, and I worked with them all summer. So I think it's nice to work with other people and see how they work on things and learn from them. And we work on a lot of other projects, and I review my boss's writing, and so I get to read a lot of his stuff, and then that helps me progress my writing.
Going forward.
I think it's just made me a more mature wrestler, so I'll come into my first year of college with a little bit better knowledge of what wrestling is at a high level.
I'm thinking about doing it again this summer just because I had such a good time, and I think it's a really good organization, so I want to keep being involved with it.